Lee Nami is a hard-working marketer at a startup company and also works part-time at her father's cafe, Cafe Mizzy. One day, while riding the bus, she realizes that she has lost her smartphone. After searching everywhere, she gives up hope and decides to borrow a phone from her friend to call her lost device. A girl voice on the other end of the line tells her that she found her phone. They decided to meet the next day so Nami can get her phone back. Nami receives a call from the girl who claims to have found her lost phone and tells her that it was damaged, so she has given it for repair. Nami goes to the given address to collect her phone and meets a man who is wearing a face mask and cap to hide his identity. He gives her a form to fill up, which includes her mobile security password. Nami is grateful to have her phone back, but she has no idea that her personal information is now compromised. The man, named Oh Jun-young, had used a fake voice app to disguise his voice and trick Nami into giving away her password so that he can install spyware on her phone while repairing it. This enables him to track her every move and surveil her through her phone's camera. He can access all her conversations and texts, and even takes note of personal details from her life while she sleeps at night. Thus, Jun-young gains access to Nami's personal life without her knowledge. As Nami uses her phone in her daily life, Jun-young secretly monitors every action, conversation, and text. He slowly infiltrates her personal life and starts to manipulate her in subtle ways, causing her father to become suspicious of him. However, Nami is intrigued by Jun-young and his apparent kindness, and she starts to trust him. Despite his seeming helpfulness, Jun-young has a hidden agenda. He leaks confidential information about the company Nami works for and frames her for the security breach. The incident not only ruins Nami's career but also exposes her as the owner of the account. Despite her recent promotion, she ends up losing her job due to the same incident. Meanwhile, Detective Woo Jae-man investigates a murder case involving a body found on a remote mountain. As he delves deeper into the investigation, he discovers clues that point to his own son, Woo Jun-young, as a possible suspect. He suspects his son's involvement in a murder and tracks his location by monitoring his text messages. After arriving at his son's location, Jae-man gathers evidence implicating him in the murders. He stays nearby to gather video evidence of his son's involvement, but his son senses his presence and tries to scare him away while destroying evidence. At the same time, the son keeps appearing in Nami's life, going to her cafe and charming her by asking for a special drink that her father had kept off the menu. Later, he meets her again to buy a music CD and shares his visiting card to familiarize himself with her and avoid suspicion. Later on, Jun-young offers to assist Nami in identifying the person who hacked her phone. He explains the workings of the spyware, and Nami naively trusts him without any suspicion. Additionally, he plants a seed of doubt in her mind regarding her close friend, insinuating that she could be the only person capable of such an act. Jun-young's ultimate goal is to isolate Nami from everyone important in her life and control her completely. While Nami is under his influence, her father notices Jun-young's unusual behavior and warns her about him. However, she disregards his concern. Meanwhile, Jae-man and his colleague investigate Jun-young's mobile repair shop. They find it in a messy state, with devices and papers scattered all over the place. Nami coincidentally arrives at the store to repair her phone, which she had smashed in anger. They discuss the case and collaborate to locate Jun-young. After Nami contacts Jun-young, he shows up at her apartment, prompting Jae-man and his colleague to wait outside to apprehend him. Initially, Jae-man believes that this killer is his son, Jun-young, but upon capturing him and seeing him in person, he begins to doubt whether he truly is his son. Their lack of contact for several years makes him uncertain about Jun-young's appearance, although his doubts are eventually resolved. When the killer manages to escape arrest, the detectives meet with Nami and devise a plan to locate Jae-man. They advise Nami to return to her father's bungalow for safety. When Nami arrives at the bungalow, she finds her father sound asleep and decides not to disturb him. However, she soon discovers that he is missing and begins searching the house. She then encounters Jun-young in the hallway, who is angry at her for foiling his plans. He takes her to the bathroom and ties her up, while her father is restrained in the bathtub, which is almost filled with water. After locking up Nami and her father, Jun-young returns to the hall and finds a note instructing him to only communicate via phone calls. Suspecting that the police are after him, he looks outside to confirm his suspicion. Jae-man and his associate arrive at the house and start attacking Jun-young, but Jae-man does not recognize him as his son. However, the culprit insists that he is Jun-young. Jai-man finds some scattered notes and realizes that this person is not his son but the one who killed him. The notes contain details of the murders he committed, and Jai-man realizes that Jun-young was the first victim and the killer has been posing as him. After realizing that the psychopath who had been holding them captive and had killed Jai-man's son was not actually Jun-young, but someone who had assumed his identity, Jai-man is emotionally shattered. He points his gun at the culprit, who is now nameless. Nami, who has regained consciousness, retrieves a detective's gun and comes to the hall. Out of anger, she shoots the culprit, killing him. Nami is relieved that she can now live her life without worry. However, while spending time with her father, she notices someone pointing a camera at her. The movie ends on an ambiguous note, as the investigation to trace down the culprit has already ended. It suggests that the danger of privacy invasion is always present and the central theme of cybersecurity is reinforced. Thank you for watching and please subscribe. It will help me make more videos. If you want to see what New York's worst nightmare looks like, go check the video linked here.